Hey guys, welcome to the classic bodybuilding channel Vintage Genetics. And today is actually a rare day because, as you can see, it's shoulder day. And I rarely do shoulders, but once in a while I like pumping them up to see if they are still on par with the rest of my body. Because I usually train shoulders when doing chest, then I do side delts, and I work on my rear delts during back, and during chest I automatically work the front delts because the chest exercises themselves, so I basically hit all the parts of the shoulders throughout the week. But once in a while I like to hit shoulders just to basically shock those muscles, which basically means that I'll surely be waking up with sore shoulders the next day. So anyway, the first exercise of the day is actually a superset, pumping up the side delts with the side lateral raise and the wide grip upright row. And I like doing lots of reps and volume for this to get them warmed up and already get a great pump right from the start. And with the side lateral raise, make sure to pick a light weight. Trust me, the side delts by themselves really aren't that strong. A heavier weight would only involve the traps. And I like supersetting this with the wide grip upright row. And the wide grip ensures that I hit mostly the side delts. And combined with the fact that you already target them with the previous exercise, so your side delts are already fatigued basically, they are sure to burn really badly during these upright rows. Give it a try and I'm sure that you'll like them. Next up, a classic exercise that you really never see people do. Arnold used to do these and lots of other golden era bodybuilders as well. It's the incline side lateral raise. And when you stand up and do the side lateral raise with the dumbbells, you simply lose the tension at the bottom of the movement. But as you can see, when you put your body at an incline on the bench like this, you clearly see the tension in my shoulders all the way to the bottom. Because even when I am at the very bottom of the movement, the angle of my arms makes sure that the side delts is still feeling the resistance from the gravity. So the main difference between this exercise and the regular standing version is the constant tension. And when you try this one out, you will believe me on my statement about saying that the side delts aren't that strong on their own. Because you simply have to split the weight in half on this one. Anyway, moving on to the next exercise, another superset which is all about the rear delts. Starting out with the rear delt flies, and again, I prefer doing volume here, making sure I feel those rear delts muscles pump up and filling with blood. Feeling the burn in those specific muscles is what you want to feel during these flies. And it's not easy to specifically hit the rear delts, but it's important hitting them correctly. You don't want to have weak rear delts, they throw your physique off balance and not to mention increase risk of shoulder injury. So, the next part of the superset is an interesting exercise that I actually got from Kai Greene. He's not exactly a classic bodybuilder, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have exceptional tips. And this exercise targets both the traps and the rear delts, and every rep is basically 2 reps, as you can see. So you pull up the weight with your traps, and then squeeze your rear delts as the second part of the rep. And I've been doing these for a while now, and I have to say that I do like it. Really good for trap thickness and hitting those rear delts. And the reason I put that exercise there is because it's a really good transition to this exercise, a trio of shrugs. And first you grab the bar with the wide grip that I just did, hitting the most inner part of your traps attached to your neck. Then moving on to a regular shoulder width grip, as you can see here, the standard shrugs. This hits the traps overall. And then finishing with a close grip, which is the most difficult version in my opinion, but this hits the outer part of the traps. Now remember, you cannot hit a specific portion of a muscle. The entire traps will still contract no matter how you grab the bar, but you can emphasize where you want to put the most tension to make sure that we hit all muscle fibers equally and fill up the whole trap area with thick muscle. And then to finish off the traps for real, we hit behind the body shrugs and choose a fairly heavy weight here because the stretch is also very important in the shrugs. You want to stretch those traps, really feeling them pull as the bar comes down. And also go all the way up and try not to bend your arms when you go up. Just keep them straight and let the traps do all the work. And now it is time to finish off with the front delts. And for almost everyone, the front delts are the most developed part of their shoulders. And this is the reason that I start out with the weaker parts, the side and the rear delts. The muscle groups you start with are the ones who get the most attention. That's just a rule. Start off with your weaker muscle groups and finish with your stronger ones. So at the end of the day, everything is balanced. So this is a front delt superset, starting out with the barbell front raises, a much heavier exercise than what it looks like. Ronnie Coleman used to do these, and we all know his front delts were great. I thought of trying them out in the past, and they just have a unique feel to them. And we superset this with the front raises with the dumbbells, which Arnold himself used to do as well. Go as high as you can while still contracting the front delts. Keep the tension on there and move the dumbbells inwards a little, contracting the front delts even harder this way. Hitting some poses in between sets, and I like doing this firstly to check my progression, but it's also a great way to improve mind-muscle connection. And let's face it, there's mirrors everywhere in the gym, and the gym is the best place to actually honestly see what you look like. It's a great way to see what you should work on. And the last exercise of the day, the incline military press. Finishing off with this one, focusing on the stretch more, as we already pumped up the delts with the previous exercises, so going all the way down is mandatory on this exercise. So, this was the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Bulking and cutting videos coming up soon. Kind of busy with school, but they will be up eventually. Thank you for watching, and anyway, guys, do not forget to stay golden.